I'm annoyed today because I woke up and the first thing I read was a person, a Londoner, saying that the United States, that the Americans' love of our guns comes from our conquest of the North American continent. And that made me angry because that's not true. We didn't conquer this continent. The only way you can call the way that England and Spain and France settled North America conquest is if you're a post-Marxist retard. That's how. That's the only way. And if you're a post-Marxist moron, I'm going to call you a post-Marxist moron, and I'm going to hit you in the head with anything I can find. I'm going to tell you things like, if you believe that North America was conquered with guns, you're even stupider than I always thought. And I thought you were mentally retarded. Americans did not conquer this continent. We bought most of it from the French. The rest of it we were given by the Spanish. There was a war with Mexico that allowed us to annex New Mexico, Texas, and California. But annexation is not conquest, because like good Angles, like good Londoners, like good Brits, we didn't kill the people on the land. We just pushed them off it into the worst parts of the land. You know, the way Scots, Irish, Manx, Cymry, and I can never remember the last one. It sounds so good. It sounds so good until I get to the last one. The Cornish. Because you know the Cornish are the British Islands' native inhabitants, right? You know the Cornish and the Welsh, the Cymry, the Scots, and the Irish are actually the indigenous people. The English are not indigenous to the British Isles. They're not British. They're not Breton. The Bretons are effectively Norman French. So you want to come at me about how my country likes to keep our guns because we like to defend our homes from invading nations, like in the War of 1812, when the British nation came and invaded mine, tried to conquer mine? You need to remember that the reason you aren't allowed to have guns in the UK is because you are a conquered people. The English swept through the British Isles and conquered the Welsh. They conquered the Scots. They conquered the Irish. They conquered, the Cornish over the course of 1,000 years. That's why they still have a king. The Prince of Wales is a conquering king of Wales. You want to tell me that the Americas were conquered by Americans? That North America was conquered by Americans? You need to remember where the fuck Americans and the American identity came from. We were the best of the English. The best, the brightest, and the hardest working. Look at your country now. Who that has the money doesn't expatriate to the Americas?